my 25-year journey with Verizon. I grew up there, obviously very young in sales, and worked my way up the organization. And over the last 5 years, actually, I had met up with Dan, and I was working on some opportunities when I ran our transportation distribution vertical out of Ohio, I think it was. And I just had a good experience in terms of the interaction with him. Just seemed like a genuine guy, my type of person I want to work with. And I've always said, and this is kind of my mantra, right? It's not cheesy, it's who I am, is I like to do business with people I like, know and trust, right? And it's important to me. So I think that's kind of what brought me here, like kind of a long answer to your question, but I saw an opportunity where, at Verizon, a lot of things that I've done throughout my tenure and leadership, that I can apply some of the great things I learned in terms of being able to coach and develop a team here to help enable not only CTS, but Verizon to the next level in terms of growth. Confident, caring, and tenacious. Just being a father, and I've been a sole provider, and we made a decision years ago that I was going to find a way just to get in sales and make enough money and raise a family. And my wife has been home with our kids, and she's got the hardest job in the Giese company, right? So, what I do for fun is my kids are big into sports, primarily baseball. So when I have downtime, a majority of my time is I like to be with my family, right? So being there, not missing games. I'm running around to different practices, going to different tournaments. So, I think it's important. I think, this is something that I've talked to the team at CTS about, is having that work-life balance and really, what drives you, right, as an individual, because we have hard jobs and there's a lot of expectations that are placed on us, but you got to tie it back to what matters most, and that's your family. So you got to make sure you find the time to spend with them, because if you don't, time will pass and you may have great results and great things in life, but you'll never get that time back. So I always try to give my family first. Two people in particular, my grandparents. So they had a lot to do with raising me as my parents. They work really hard in kind of raising the two of us, my brother and I. And I spent probably every Thursday at Grandma and Grandpa's house, right? So just instilling like good foundational, things that kind of bringing me up as a human being and kind of doing what's right. And I would say my grandmother in particular would say, never judge. It was her first rule. Like, you should never judge anybody. You should always kind of look at people from a, kind of face value and get the best out of everybody that you interact with. So one of the things that I always try to do is, like, my job and why I love being a leader is coaching and developing and trying to bring the best out of the people that I interact with every day. And not people that just work for me, but people that I work with, and making sure that I'm helping them achieve the things that they want. Because I think ultimately, if I focus on them, ultimately that's going to only help me and create better connections. It's been 30 days, and I would always say this at Verizon. I keep on, time back because I spent so much time there. Is Verizon kind of measured time in dog years? So, I would essentially say I've been here 7 months, even though it's been 1 month. So, learned a lot, great company, great people. You guys work really hard, and I expect some great results and, good things to come over the next several months.